what's up, man? It's your brother. And hopefully your friend, Big Hill. Quasi in the building. Each one teach one. Yeah, I flipped on the camera right quick to talk about something, man. It's kind of prevalent in our society today. You know, that pestilence that's in the land. The jab that accompanies it, this jab that they tightening up. I mean, you know, they tightening it up now. Forcing us, you know, I call it medical tyranny, where you forcing something, forcing me to inject something in my body that I don't want to inject in my body. You tell me it's a choice, but you threaten me with the loss of my job, and you know that I need the job. You know what I mean? And then I look at the division that is causing in our society, the spin that they're putting on it in the media. Turn on the media on any given day. Only thing that they're gonna report is how much the unjabbed is filling the hospitals. You know, but you never hear about the jab. They never say anything about people who've been fully jabbed and how they're getting sick and dying too. You never hear anything about that. And then they're moving toward access in the society. You can't come in here unless you got the jab. If you don't have the jab, you can't go here, you can't do this, you can't do this. So, you know, they are moving toward a two-tier society. Got everybody looking at everybody else as if they're your enemy. Now look, okay, I go and I get myself inoculated for something, right? I go get an inoculation. Something to protect me against some pestilence that's out here in the environment, right? And I go and I get it. Bam, hit me. Boom, got it. Why am I still fearful of those who don't get it? Because the reason I went and got the inoculation is to inoculate me from that which I'm fearful of catching. Now I go get it and I'm still scared. What was the fucking purpose of getting the inoculation? What was the purpose of me going and getting the jab if I still believe that I'm gonna catch it from somebody that hasn't got it? That's the purpose of it, right? And I know it's some of y'all out there gonna disagree with me. You know, that's cool. But thank you for letting me have my perspective anyway. What else going on in our society, man? Black folks got black folk uproar about up in arms. Oh yeah, this last race with Sha'Carri Richardson. I really wasn't paying that much attention to it. I wanted to see the race, but I'm not that much into track and field that, you know, I was going to stop what I was doing to go watch it. I just said, it'll be on YouTube when it's over. I'll get to see it. And then come to find out, man, that this young lady is misrepresenting herself. You know, then when the story come out, you know, you talk a lot of shit before you go take the race. Like game time bitches. So you just disrespected all the other black women that was in the race. And then your ass run a last place finish. I can go out there and show up last place. Shit, you ain't did nothing that I couldn't do. I could have lined up there and came in 9th place in the race. I could have came in dead last. I could have ran that 100 meters and came in dead last, just like your ass did. So you didn't do nothing that I couldn't do. Then you get on the camera and got the nerve, man, to talk some shit. You know, but I understand the girl is young. She probably got a lot of yes people around her, a lot of ass kissers around her, because they know she's signing that corporate money and shit. You know, she getting them endorsements. So, those that are around are gonna kiss her ass, but she need to have some wisdom. She need to put her grandmama in the corner. Her grandmama need to be on speed dial. Teach that child how to act. Teach her how to conduct herself. And teach her how to lose with a little bit of humility instead of being arrogant and prideful after you done talk some shit. And then go out there and don't even show up. And then when somebody like me raise up and say, damn, you talked all that shit and didn't win the race, well, you need to stop attacking her. You motherfuckers are the worst. I blocked the dude the other day on my damn page because he want to go back and forth with me. And and get into the name calling because I posted something and she in last place. Niggas is so sensitive. I said, man, Negroes just done become so accepting of losing. We so used to losing in this land that when one of us lose, y'all get so accepted of it. And then when somebody raised up and say something, man, about the way in which you lost, oh, now we attacking. No, we ain't. We got a perspective just like you. And I'm gonna speak up just like you. And if you talk shit before you race, it's just like in the hood. She from the hood. If you talk a lot of shit before you got into a fight, and you go get in that fight and get your ass whooped, what is motherfuckers gonna say about you? I'm gonna say, damn, man, got your ass whooped. You talked all that shit. That's basically what Black America, those of us who were brave enough to say it, was saying. You had all that arrogance and pride, and then you went in and didn't lose, and then when you come back from the loss, you still talking shit. Nah, you need to shut up at this point. You want to come back, you done win. You talked a lot of shit before you got to a fight, got your ass whipped, then you want to come back talking about how good you fight. Well, where was that shit at in the fight? That's what I'm talking about. So, man, black folk, man, we need to do better, man. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with holding people accountable that we look up to, that we admire. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing to hold them accountable for their behavior and character, because what that young child is demonstrating is a lack of character. She needs some character development. You lose a race, and instead of you coming back and being honest about why you lost a race, you just want to come back with a lot of prideful, arrogant rhetoric. Nah, that's not no good, yo. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on, man. Back to this jab, though. Yeah, I know somebody who worked in the medical industry, right? They was forced to take the vaccine, the jab. Because of their job. The pharmaceutical company have okayed the jab. They say it's like 91% more effective. And I work in the DOT. I'm in the transportation industry. So I work under the auspices of the Department of Transportation. So if the transportation comes down with a mandate that says all transportation industry employees, truck drivers, pilots, ship captains, ship crews, airline crews, if you fall up under DOT mandate and DOT authority, I'm going to have to take it. Now, I was going to, man, just go ahead and take it because I know it's coming down, man, but every fiber in my body is against that, man. I cannot, in sound mind, go and just give my arm up for that jab voluntarily. I'm going to have to be forced to do it. And this is the thing. Ever since the shelter in place happened last March of 2020, I have not caught the I have not caught the pestilence. I haven't been sick. And I've been okay. So, and for over a year and a half now almost, that this pestilence has been in the land and I've been out here doing my job and I haven't gotten it. Why do I even need a vaccine? Why? because the powers that be say I must take one. And I listen to the way they report it on the news, you know. And if you don't get it, then you automatically gonna catch the variants and all this stuff. And if you don't go get the jab, that you automatically gonna catch the pestilence. That's BS. Because I haven't got it and I haven't gotten the jab. Why? Because I focus on my immune system, keeping my immune system strong. So far, my body's been able to fight off whatever pestilence that come up against it that's out here in this environment. I ain't gonna turn this into a rant, man, but you know, I just don't like the idea of being backed in the corner and forced with the threat of losing my employment and this profession that I'm in. Been in for 20 years. Being forced to take a jab that I don't want. Man, I'm 5.5 decades around the sun. I've survived 100% of everything that's went on in this society for the last 5.5 decades. Everything that's went on, I've survived. I've escaped it. From the HIV back in the 80s, Ebola to the SARS, to this to that. And so far I've escaped the current pestilence that's in the land. But you still gonna force me to take something that I don't want? That's medical tyranny. And that's some bullshit. But you know, I know all things change, man, in order for me to keep my peace and serenity. I have to become okay with the science. I have to become okay with what they're reporting about the jab. You know, I have to become okay and just ask the divine and the ancestors, man, to protect me if I'm when it becomes my turn to take the jab, because that's the only way I'm gonna take it when I can no longer avoid it. So knowing that in order for me to keep my peace of mind, that's what I'm working through right now, the cognitive dissonance, man, that I'm experiencing. Knowing that in a short time, I believe before the end of the year, that I'm gonna be forced, man, to take this jab. So, you know, y'all send me some positive energy, man, and help me deal with this dissonance that I'm experiencing around this. And I'll do the same for you. Peace. I'm out.